What's up, everyone, and welcome to Girl You Know What podcast, season 7, episode 3. I am Danielle.
And I'm Kisha.
So, how are you doing, first of all?
Well, we did all our particulars off camera,
Right.
so we're
Yeah,
doing great.
doing great.
It's
Doing
just
great.
another week in the United States of America.
That's it. That's it. And let me preface by saying this. So, 20, 2025 sucked ass for me. Okay. Which I know
Oh,
it did for a lot of people.
yeah,
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. um on a personal level, it was a lot of bullshit between work, family,
hmm
a whole bunch of
hmm
stuff. 26 is not, I didn't think it would be any better. I said
hmm
it's, that was just the calm before the storm.
Oh, God.
And we're in the storm. So 26 is actually no better. um
We're only 53 days in.
that's it. That's it. I mean, our
Oh,
very first episode of this season was titled what, 2026 We Hate It, because it was already some bullshit.
it was already starting off crazy.
And that was the first day of Black History Month that we recorded.
Oh,
So,
yeah, sure was.
so that
Yes.
just lets you know that where we are. But we do want to send our condolences. And, we lost this past week Jesse Jackson, civil
A
rights icon,
pioneer
pioneer.
in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he passed away earlier this week. I can't remember the day, sorry, but
Yeah.
yeah, so we lost him. And he was like, I would say this, even though of course he was doing his thing way before we were born.
hmm
In the 80s, he was like very prevalent, on a bigger stage.
Absolutely.
So we
Yes.
grew up with him being our first like real living civil rights icon that we were able to see at that time. Yes, we learned
Right.
about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey,
Mhm.
people like that. But he was our
He was the
first.
bridge between the
Yeah,
2 because
exact. Go ahead.
he was actually alive with Dr. King. He
Right,
was actually there with Dr. King.
right.
So he was like our bridge from the past to the future.
Hmm.
Our bridge to say like these things actually happened. And when they would try to tell you, oh, it wasn't like that, he could say, yes, it was.
Exactly. I was
I
there.
was there.
Yeah,
So I
you
can tell you
were.
exactly what happened,
Hello.
you know. So that's why it kind of makes me sad, kind of distresses me with younger people now, just because it just feels like they don't have a sense of the importance of history, the importance of what we went
Mm.
through. Um, it doesn't feel like it's very significant to them like it was to us.
No,
And they only taught us about a few people. We knew about Rosa Parks, we knew about Dr. King, we knew about Jesse Jackson, we knew about Marcus Garvey. Like they weren't even really teaching us about a lot of people. And
mm-mm.
I feel like we were way more informed about Black history than they are now.
Yes.
And that is distressing.
It's very distressing because it doesn't, you don't have a respect. And I always, was a firm believer, we both are huge history buffs.
hmm
And, I always had a thing with that. If you don't know what was before you can't respect,
hmm
that on top of yourself and where you're going. And because regardless if you were there or not, it's still a part of you.
hmm hmm
So, it's just
I
that.
am really disappointed in parents our age
Mhm.
who have not passed that down to their children.
Right.
Um, like it's the oddest thing.
Yeah.
I went to an HBCU and was on campus with people who then graduated and left to procreate and have children that they then send to PWIs. Y'all got to
Mhm.
make this shit make sense. Like you just wash away everything. It's an awkward feeling. It's an
Yeah.
awkward thing to watch because it's like you were educated at this institution. And it's like the thing that we talk about how Black people move into neighborhoods where white people are, want to send their kids to suburban schools and stuff like that. And
Mm.
it's like, you got this HBCU education
Right.
only for you to leave this campus and go rub elbows with the whites.
Yeah. And never look back.
And then allow your children to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like, Lord, help us all.
Yes.
Help us, help us,
And
help, Lord.
that's a
But
good.
I
Oh, go ahead. No, go
no, no,
ahead.
no, no, no. What were you about to say?
No, I was going to say that's a good segue into a topic that you brought up to me that I think kind of goes with what you just said. You sent me a video about a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was with a black man, and he was explaining. So there was like a stitch, and
Mm-hmm.
the white man asked why there isn't a Malcolm X holiday,
Mm-hmm.
a holiday for Malcolm X, whatever, like there is for Martin Luther King Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
black man explained it very well, you know, everything. But in the background,
He got a white wife.
yeah. And what really caught my attention, not only that, and we're going to get back to the topic of, the question that you had that I want to get to, but he was dropping N bombs left and right. And the first thing I just kept saying is, that's a regular word in their house.
And he had children.
Yeah. So the question you posed to me, basically, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it right in
Mm-hmm.
front of me,
Mm-hmm.
but can a black, militant person, because he was very, the way he talked and everything was
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
militant, like, can they be taken seriously pretty much? Or does it take away something from them
Mm-hmm.
when they have a white spouse or just a non-black spouse?
Mm-hmm. And she was a full-blown white woman.
Yeah.
And I had to make, because sometimes there are some fair-skinned black people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had to make sure, I looked at her hands. I'm like, well, this looks like a white girl.
I did, yeah.
And then I saw their kids and I'm like, well, their kids appear to be white. Well, maybe she's Asian. That's what I thought. So I go on to like video after video after video. And then I hear a video where he says, I have a white wife and a black mom.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. And I just got off of there.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I don't even have the energy to like be putting into stuff like that.
Right.
Because if you can't see, what do you want us to say? Like, I don't understand. And why are y'all the most militant? Because it almost feels like that there's a level of inauthenticity in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know it. So because you know that you have chosen this mate, it's like you turn the blackness up.
Mm-hmm. It's like you have to prove something.
You put your blackness on 1,000
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want you. What did old school always tell me? Kisha, people don't want you to look over here because they want you to look over here so you don't look over there.
Right.
So you got your blackness on 1,000 because you don't want people to say, is your wife white? You got a white wife?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want people to talk about that, which is your business. But
Right.
I just think it makes it kind of like, I don't know, I tune people out.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can anyone believe that you hold this love and this passion in your heart for your people when you didn't even want to love a black woman? Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how it makes sense to other people, so I stay out of it.
Right. And
I
and
just see it and I just say, oh, okay. And then I just disregard you from that point forward.
right. And here's my thing, my take on it. Now, I'm a firm believer that to a point you can't control who you fall in love with. Now, there are people out there who do have a specific type. They go after that type, they love it,
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think that's what some of those are. And I say that because you see, let's say that there's a biracial couple, I mean, yeah, biracial couple, whatever you want to call it. And black man, black husband, or black man, white woman. And don't even we're going to talk about the gays too. Um, you see that, and the ones that aren't as vocal, you know, they just like, I mean, they may say things, they may repost things, whatever. I take them more seriously. I hate to
Yep.
say it, regardless,
Yep.
because it's just like that's natural.
Yep.
You
Because it doesn't feel like they're trying to prove anything.
exactly
They're just being themselves.
right.
The ones, that's what I'm saying. When you turn your blackness on 1,000, it's like,
Hmm.
it makes it just feels weird because it's
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
saying all of these things like, oh, black people are the this and they're the best this and they're the best that. And it's like,
Well, why
you
couldn't
got a wife.
you?
Your wife is white. You do know
Right,
that, right?
right.
Because it's not like it's a shortage of black women.
Thank you.
like 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 so that you'll never be able to get that excuse off on me.
Right.
Like there's not a shortage of black women out there for you to choose from. So that could never be your argument. Like,
And it's like if you are a black man and you prefer white women, that's your business. But there has
but
to
take your dashiki off.
that part.
That's all I'm asking. Just take it off.
Yeah.
Like that some of those things mean something. That means
Mhm.
you are black loving to your core.
Exactly.
Like I don't listen, it's just something that they, and I say it all the time. Baby, a lot of people is walking around with plantation thinking
Oh yeah.
and they don't even know it.
Don't even know it. Now let's talk about the gays real quick. And this this refers to men, especially black gay men, but there's
Mhm.
also black gay women. Who do you like the more prominent ones? What are their spouses?
They're white.
Why? I will never understand that. And
I
again,
literally just saw a couple. Just
mhm,
funny you brought this up.
mhm,
It was a black girl. She had natural hair. Then she had natural hair. That's some other stuff too. Y'all will be black with with natural, full blown natural hair,
right.
and be somewhere walking with a white person. Like y'all got to make this stuff make sense.
Yeah.
But they was sitting in the parking lot and they was about to go in Bucky's, and she had a full blown white woman,
Mhm,
like blonde hair, blue eyes, like white woman.
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And you right, you right. The city councilman in Columbus, don't
Yep.
he got a white husband?
A white husband that's Republican, and he's a
And
Democrat.
he supposed to be y'all, and he wants y'all to believe he a Democrat.
Right.
Dr. Umar didn't say listen, when he said you as a black person, he said a black man, he was talking about black men.
Mhm.
If you have married a white woman, he said your allegiance is to her father.
Oh,
Your allegiance is to her father.
okay. That.
Same go if you are a black person and you are married to another white person. Your allegiance is going to be to that family. Because 9 times out of 10, when you see, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, when you see a black person marry especially when it's a black man,
Mm.
marry a white woman, who do they spend the most time with?
Oh, the family of the white peoples.
Exactly. And that's what he means when he says you have pledged your allegiance to that family.
Mhm.
So here y'all are so pro this and pro this and pro that. And you spending most of your time with these white people.
Yep.
Child, I just that is one thing that I have just let go. It's
Yeah.
like that Kanye effect. When
Mhm.
I said some people just got to be wrote off and you just got to let them go, I just let them
Part.
go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just, oh, okay.
I can't. And
I
then
don't have no comment no more.
right. Thank you. I was just
I
going to
just
say
be
that.
like,
I can't take you
oh, okay.
seriously when you out here and you're like you said because the council president he'll have on a daishiki during African Lord have mercy Black History Month and just whatever. But you're going home to your white Republican husband, your gay white Republican husband. Those are the scariest.
Yeah. Yes. In
So
all truthfulness, those are the scariest.
yeah.
Because to be gay and pro-Republican is like insanity,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Because they are not for you.
Right. Thank you.
They want nothing to do with you.
Nope.
It's just like a black person being a Republican in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Right. No. No. You still seeking
The house is
something.
on fire and you're standing in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very weird.
It's very weird. So this happens on all we see it. Oh
Yeah.
shit. It stopped recording. It's okay because it's recording on the backup, but still, damn.
Oh, it's recording on here still.
Yeah, it's recording on StreamYard, but it stopped on the board, but we're good. I got it back.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just definitely it's across the board. Like it doesn't matter, it's really not about homosexual or heterosexual. It's just a thing that happens through relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Right. Nothing. Obviously nothing. So.
But the one thing that I always remember about Jesse Jackson, this is
Mm-hmm.
not a nice thing before I
Mm-hmm.
start.
All right. I mean,
And
hey.
not anything bad like about his politics or nothing like that. I
Mm-hmm.
always remember Hosea Williams telling
Mm-hmm.
that story about Jesse Jackson. Hosea Williams could not stand Jesse Jackson.
No. No.
When he said Jesse Jackson had Dr. King's blood on his clothes, and Hosea said the only way for him to have had that blood on him is he would have had to put his hands in that blood and
Oh,
rub it on himself.
see.
Baby, Hosea Williams was not playing with
No
Jesse after
game.
that. He was heated. He was, you talking about somebody on 10,000? Hosea was not fooling with Jesse after that.
No games.
None played. He was through with him. Oh my Lord. To watch that interview, every time I watch it, I kind of chuckle, but I'm like, Hosea, you gotta cut Jesse a break. That's
No,
Portia Granddaddy.
no.
Portia Granddaddy.
Of course, granddaddy was on Jesse's neck amongst other
Listen,
people.
I mean, was not playing no games because they
No,
didn't play about Dr. King.
no. Mm-mm.
Jesse was from up north.
Right. I
They
was
felt
just
like
gonna
that's
say
they
that.
boy.
They were both Hosea and Martin Luther King Jr. were both from
Yeah, they
Atlanta.
was from Georgia. Yeah,
So,
like
uh,
no, he was not going for that, boy.
mhm. Oh,
I laugh every time I think the first when he passed away. That's the first thing that popped into my head was Osea telling that story. Like, oh, y'all probably up there fighting right now, just ain't getting no rest, just
oh hell yeah.
mad.
Hell yeah.
Whoo, child, that was
Uh,
crazy.
Lord have mercy. All right. So we got that out the
Oh
way.
Lord, speaking of crazy, Jesus,
Crazy.
Jesus,
Where the hell are we?
Jesus.
Where are
Oh my
we?
God, on Pedophile Island, that's
That
where we
part.
at.
So let's get into these Epstein files, child.
Oh my God.
First of all, let me say this before we get into the details, because we definitely got something to, like some stuff that we want to talk about that we think is being overlooked a little bit. Like his
Yeah,
name is being brought
I'm
up.
definitely gonna. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'll let you go in a second. But first, let me say this. So the UK is playing no games.
Oh yeah.
They done already arrested. Yes, I said they done because they really went in there and got Prince Andrew's ass arrested already
On
while
his birthday.
on
On
his
his birthday.
that part.
Charles didn't give a damn if it was his birthday or
No,
not. Go get him.
go get his ass. I'm gonna show you
Lord.
exactly where he's at. I mean, wow, we got thousands of people uh in the files listed, and they know who's even redacted.
Oh,
They
of course they
know,
do. They
yeah,
redacted it. They
they
did it.
redacted it. Yeah,
They
they
redacted the names. They just don't want us to see it.
exactly, which that says a lot right there. But they're still out here running amok and just being perverts and whatever, and still doing their thing. But the UK said, "No, we getting his ass right now." So I just had to put that out there just in case, I mean, that part. So shout out to the UK for that. Got his nasty ass. But go
I
ahead.
woke up like Prince Andrew going to jail. What
Child,
did
I
Prince
saw this.
Andrew do?
Listen, I was
It
like,
was 7 o'clock in the
"Mm,
morning. I said, now wait a minute, what happened? Because it was
girl,
already like 8 something over there. I'm like, hold on.
uh,
What done happened?
listen,
Child done went in there and got that man on his birthday.
got him."
Now, y'all know I am not the right fighter when it comes to white men. I don't have time for Caucasian men. We all know this.
No,
But we're gonna have to clear some stuff up before we
please,
even talk about them files and the emails.
please.
We need to be clear about Leslie Wexner's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein
Mm-hmm.
because y'all are trying to paint Mr. Wexner out to be a pedophile, and that is not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to be clear about this. I know that y'all don't like Mr. Wexner because he rich, because I know y'all hate rich people. Y'all hate people who got money for some odd reason. But Mr. Wexner did not like the kids. He liked Jeffrey. I think y'all
Right.
need to understand that.
Start right
And the
there.
way y'all bashing him is kind of like almost indirectly, and I don't know why it's hard to paint the two. It's just like bashing homosexuality. You can't do that. That man was in love with that man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clear. I went back and watched Filthy Rich
Yeah.
yesterday just to make sure I was not misinterpreting the relationship between them.
Mm-hmm.
When they sat him down in that deposition, they asked Jeffrey, would you consider yourself to be a bisexual male? Do you know Leslie Wexner? What's your relationship with Leslie Wexner? Now he ain't want to talk no more.
Mm-hmm.
They was having sex, y'all.
Oh yeah. He was
Jeff, don't get no mistaken that Lex Wexner was not there for them kids.
no
He was infatuated with Jeffrey Epstein.
that part.
He would let Jeffrey do whatever to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all like, oh, and Les Wexner is the reason why he got the money. He took the money from Leslie.
Right.
Remember, I keep telling y'all this. To get away with most crimes, you have to appear normal.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, Jeffrey presented himself as a financial advisor,
Right.
and he was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
He actually made people money. This not no Bernie Madoff scam type shit.
Right.
This was like a legitimate financial planner, and it was a legitimate business. He was making people money.
And let me say this before you go on. If you can make people money, you win. They
That's
will
all
do
they want.
basically anything you say.
Yes, that's what he was good at. So remember, you have to have a normal front. You have to have a normal job. He had a normal job that he was actually very good at. And he had a trusted relationship. Oh, I can make you this amount of money. I did this for so and so. I did this for so and so. So of course Leslie Wexner trusted him with his investments and gave him. That's what. Do y'all know what financial advisors do? They have direct access to your money, to your
Mm-hmm.
finances. They
Yep.
make trades on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing. You okay the trades, but they had such a little intertwined sexual relationship. Jeffrey knew he could make a lot of trades and do stuff without Leslie's permission.
Right.
That was like his man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my man ain't gonna mind if I do that.
Yep.
He didn't need his permission all the time. So what did he do? Stole his money
Mm-hmm.
because Leslie wasn't looking.
Right.
And Jeffrey is so disgusting and deplorable as a human being. He is one of those people, one of those pedophiles that we used to talk about, like would mess with kids. They didn't care if it was a boy or a girl. Like
Mm-hmm.
he one of them. So he didn't care where he got his sexual rocks off as long as it benefited
Exactly.
him. So
Yeah.
he could play the role with Leslie and make Leslie think that he wanted to be with him
Mm-hmm.
because he had an end game. He could get Leslie's money and it could fund the real shit that he was trying to do.
Right.
Is get with the young girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want everybody, like, again, I'm not the right fighter for white men. Now, let me tell you. And if I'm standing on this, y'all know it's serious because I don't pander for white folk. But I feel strongly that we should not be. And I felt bad because he was an old man. He was an
Mm-hmm.
old man when he met Jeffrey.
Right.
He's definitely an old man now, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in his 80s, I'm
And
sure.
I felt so bad when he had to get up there and testify and say, like, I was naive and I was taken advantage of. I don't like people to do that to old people. He
Right.
played on Leslie's emotions.
Oh yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely knew that it was something that he could do and he could get away with. So we need
Yep.
to cut Mr. Wexner a little slack.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he deserves the rap that he's getting from everyone. Like,
Hmm.
oh, he's a pedophile. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We ain't got no proof. Let's no pedophile, y'all.
That was not his interest at all.
No, and it's been widely known that he was, a lady man. We now I
Yeah,
think we all knew that in the
we
city.
all yeah, we all know that. Yeah, and that, and everybody loves his wife because, she got in there and she built up a lot of things. So, everybody loves Abby. I
Yeah,
remember when I worked at the Limited and Victoria's Secret, the distribution center. She would come in there and she would give us lunch. She would come in there and talk to people. She's very personable. So I think like a lot of his, love from people in the city comes from her.
yeah,
And everybody knows what their situation is. I mean, come on now. Like, I
yeah. They
mean,
got a what it called? What's it called? A violent marriage. What's it called?
yeah, I think it is called a
Um,
violent marriage. Yeah, I think that's what. No, lavender, lavender.
lavender, lavender. I said violet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but same different. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, all right, y'all had a little technical difficulty, but we back. Yeah, but so go ahead, and finish with what you were saying. Was
yeah. So no, I was just saying. I just think that it definitely needs to be explained that he's not a
right.
pedophile, y'all, and we need to stop calling him that. Like again, I'm not no white man
Mm-mm.
panderer, but if I see somebody being, falsely, accused or talked about, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
right. It's clear what the relationship was between him and Jeffrey Epstein. He wanted
Hmm.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. That
Period.
was
That
it.
was it. But what I did notice, and this is like not just from the files, but what I did notice from Filthy Rich was like how the women around, like people were basically facilitating
Hmm.
him, like bringing little girls, because I would say young girls, but that sounds like a 19-year-old.
Right.
No, 14, 15-year-old girls, like bringing little
I
girls to
mean,
him. Like, no, like when the whole thing happened where he was sponsoring, I think it's the
hmm.
Guggenheimer, or and the girl said she had sold her paintings for much more, but the lady who was over the Guggenheimer was like, this is a very important couple. This is who you're going to sell your
Right.
art to. She said, and she ended up making less money, and that's how he abused her sister. And it's like, because the lady's like, oh, here, no, this is the couple. You need to go with them. You need to be with them. And it's like, you knew what he was
Hmm.
doing. You can tell by the way you were talking. You knew what was getting
Oh
ready to happen to
yeah.
her. And the same thing that we asked in the R. Kelly documentary that I don't hear a lot of people saying about this, where them girls' parents was
Hmm.
at. Because that girl, you let your daughter go on a trip with a grown man to
Yep. I
Thailand.
think I saw a TikTok video about that. Like somebody was saying, "Why aren't y'all asking where these little white girls' parents were?"
Because y'all had no problem asking it when it was the black
Hmm.
girls. Where was the
Yep. Same
parents?
question.
And I think it was also very weird that he knew to go to West Palm Beach. Like they were saying, like, oh, it was a 45-minute drive. Why in the world how did you know for certain to go recruit those girls from the other side at those
Yep.
schools? Like, how'd you know that? And then it was a girl who was a student who had been abused herself, who said she was bringing girls to him just for the
Sounds familiar.
$200. It goes back to me always. I've been having this conversation with people, and it's like about the value that women put on their bodies and women put on their
Hmm.
lives. And I know, we've talked about it here a lot about this era of nakedness and not caring about who you show yourself to and what you do with people and letting the whole internet see your ass. And it's like we have curated a culture of girls who don't give a damn about their
Mm-mm.
bodies. And it's like, I don't know how we put that train back on the track. Like I can't even begin to say, because that would be a responsibility from
Yeah,
home.
totally.
That would be a thing that you would be taught in your home. And when you have a mother or aunts who are like, you know, not necessarily caring about who they laying down with, who they getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been bred through
Oh
the
yeah.
culture. Like, oh, he gonna give you some money for you to do
Mhm.
that? Oh, that ain't nothing. Cause that's all the girls were saying. All you gotta do is just massage some old
Yeah.
guy.
And that's what a lot of the
And look what it
yeah, that's
turned
what a lot of their
into.
text messages and everything were saying. Oh, I just gave so and so a massage, and then you said the funny thing was I did not know this. You sent me a video this as I saw it this morning, where saying how all this came about was two high school
Yep.
girls. They were friends. They got in an argument,
Arguing.
and I guess one saw that one. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You sent the video.
No, you're right. She accused her of being a
Mm-hmm.
prostitute because she had that money. So again, this is happening, and people in the school
Yep.
system know. If you had that $200, $300 in your wallet, everybody knew where that
Mm-hmm.
came from. Oh, you was at that
Yep.
guy's house. Oh, you a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into an argument, and then the school got involved, and now you got to go answer some
Yep.
questions. And some of them little girls had
Yeah.
sex with him. Some of them had sex
Mm-hmm.
with him. And it's just like, y'all, I couldn't imagine. I don't know a time when I got out of school and I didn't have to go
Listen,
home where I was given that much freedom
to just be gone because you had to be gone, you know, to.
to not come. You had to be gone because, again, he lived 45 minutes
Mm-hmm.
from your house. So you even got in somebody gave you a ride
Yep.
over there. So you got in the car with somebody, rode over there, stayed for however long the massage took, and then it took you 45 more
Yep.
minutes to get home. Child, my mother would have had the National
Listen, there
Guard
is
out.
no way that I would have been gone that long, especially right after school, and I didn't check in with my mother. And
You
listen,
have to come home.
yeah.
Like, y'all give y'all's kids way too much freedom to just get out of school and go do
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Man, if you don't bring your ass to this
Listen, I
house.
remember I went to Clinton for middle school, and I had a lot of friends that
Uh-huh.
lived in Lexington Green. So, you know, and Lexington Green was like the spot
It
right
was
there
like
by
right there, yeah, because I lived in
yeah,
Whispering
yeah,
Oaks, so
right
it was
there.
right there. Yeah.
So one of my best friends lived in Lexington Green, and you could walk right over to Northland Mall, of course, from there, and of course where you live too. So, I remember one time, one it only had to happen one time. Now, normally, if I would go over her house, then after school, I would tell my mom, of course, like I'm going over so and so's house, and we'll probably go to the mall for a little bit, get something to eat, but I'll be
Right.
back at her house. You can pick me up from there, or her parents would take me home. So one time, my mom must have been in a class all day or something. I could not get a hold of my mother. But guess who still went to her friend's house? And guess who still went to Northland Mall? And guess who, when their mother found out, they got their ass whooped
Listen.
because I wasn't patient enough to be like, okay, you can't get a hold of your mother, just take your ass home. No, my grown ass still wanted to go to the mall and still go over to my friend's house. And my mom, she basically knew where I was, but she didn't know,
Right.
So yeah, it's just like there was no way. And I was around that age, I was around 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, because our parents knew the danger. But you have to think, our parents grew up, well, not grew up, but they were aware of when John Walsh's son
Mm-hmm.
went missing, when Adam
Yeah.
was
And we were
kidnapped.
babies when that happened. So from the
We were
yeah.
babies when that happened, but our parents were well aware of that incident. It was national
Mm-hmm.
news. So you don't call home, your mama is, listen. So, I didn't move in with my mom till I was about
Mm-hmm.
10. I was like a few months shy
Yeah.
of 10. So that summer, um, she put me in a program. She was like looking for stuff for me to
Mhm.
do. And so she used to live on 17th when they was
Mhm.
growing up back in what would that be like the
70s.
70s, like
Yeah.
back then, 60s and
Mhm.
70s. She used to live on 17th, so she took me to St.
Oh
Stephen's
yeah.
Community Center.
I was just telling the kids about that as we rode by that one day.
So I went to St.
Mhm.
Stephen's, and I probably was there for about a week. Well, it was Friday, and the lady was like, and I liked it. I'm gonna tell you something, I
Mhm.
liked it. They used to give us a little lunch. We used to be in there playing. It was the air, like it was nice. St. Stephen's was real nice
Yes.
back then.
Yes.
And so the lady, now mind you, I I am coming from my
Mhm.
grandmother's house. My grandmother has always been there to pick
Right.
me up. Like she picked me up from school. If she walked me to the bus stop, like she has always
Mhm.
been there. I've never been in a situation where I was alone, where like, where nobody was there. Like, oh, Kisha gets out at 12:30. I'm gonna be there at
Right.
12:20 to make sure I'm there when she's
Mhm.
ready. So this particular time, we get out of St. Stephen's. The lady who run the program, she is like, "Get out. Y'all got to get out." So now we're standing in the vestibule waiting for our rides. Some of us were. And so she's saying, "Y'all got to get out, get out." So I go outside of the
Mhm.
vestibule. So she's telling everybody, "Go, y'all got to go." So now I'm nervous because I'm like, this lady is telling us we got to go. Nobody's here to pick me up. What do
Right.
I do? I started
Mhm.
walking. My mother worked beside Clown
Mhm.
Cone in Northern Lights because remember,
Oh
Fiesta
yeah.
used to
Yep.
be
Right
right
next
there.
door.
So she worked at Fiesta. So now I'm new to Columbus. Literally just moved here a month ago, a couple
Right.
months ago. But I knew where my mom's job was. I've always been a kid that has a good sense of
Mhm.
direction. So I'm like, well, I'll just walk to my mom's job. I know where that's at. But did you hear me say I was
Yeah.
on 17th? Do you understand where Clown
Right.
Cone is?
It's a walk.
It was the summertime. It was about 80 or some degrees, maybe 90 outside. I started walking. And when I tell you how far I got, do not judge me. So I walk up 17th. I get on Cleveland Avenue. I am walking and I am walking and I am walking. I got all the way to New Salem Missionary
And that's
Baptist
still a
Church.
nice walk.
That is far
Especially
from
for a
St.
10-year-old. I
Stephen's.
don't give a damn.
For a 10-year-old girl,
Mhm.
for a 10-year-old
Yeah.
girl on
On Cleveland
Cleveland
Avenue.
Avenue to walk from 17th to New Salem. And I didn't know that my mother was
Oh
looking for
shit.
me. So now, and I know where I was at because I heard, like, I was walking. I must have crossed the street because I wasn't on the side of the street that New Salem
Okay.
was on. Because
You were
I
crossing the street
I
to get to
shouldn't have
Northern
been though.
Lights.
Because if I was going to Northern
Mhm.
Lights, I would needed to be on that
Yeah.
on the side of the street I was
Mhm.
on. So my mother and her boyfriend were coming. They were going down Cleveland towards St. Stephen's, like going towards 17th. They was headed in
Right.
that direction. And I heard my it's not funny. My mother yelled from the car, there she goes. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
When I tell you, and I wasn't scared. I just was like, I just got to get to
Yeah,
my
that was
mom's
it.
job. I didn't feel scared. I didn't know no
Right.
better. They was like, where was you at? But see, what happened was, and of course, I didn't know, her boyfriend was late coming to pick me up.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know who was coming. I had stood there for so long. And now, mind you, he would have seen me if he was on his way because I walked up
Mhm.
17th. So I don't know, like, how far away he was, or I
Right.
don't
Or if
know.
he came from the opposite
She
direction or
was
something. Yeah.
Yes, he could have came from back the other
Mhm.
way because his mom lived on like Fairwood.
Okay.
So who knows what direction like he came
Right.
from. Girl, I had to get in that car with that lady. That lady was like, "Where was you at?" And I told her, I was like, "That lady kept telling us to get out. She told us we had to leave, and I got scared. And so I just started walking." She said, "Where was you
Right.
going?"
To my mama.
I said, I was walking to your job. I was almost there. I mean, if you at New Salem, you're about a block away from
Yeah.
KFC. Like, I would have been there. Once you pass
Northern Lights is
KFC,
right
you
there.
darn near at
Yeah.
Northern Lights. Like, you just got a little further to
Right.
walk. But and she Clown Cone and Fiesta was like right at the beginning of
Mhm.
Northern Lights. It ain't like I had to walk all the way over there where Long John Silver was, like towards the
Yeah.
end. It was right
Yeah.
there. So, child, she said, "What happened?" And I told her. She said, "All I was thinking was I gotta call Mama and tell her I
Yeah.
lost Keisha."
That's all she was thinking about. That was it. That was it.
Girl, so I'm telling y'all, I don't understand parents. Like, my mama left her
Yeah.
job in the middle of the
Probably had a
day.
client right there.
Listen, she left. When that man told her Keisha is not there, I do not know where she at, baby. They got in the car and was their
Oh,
own
that
search
part.
party. And y'all telling me that your parents knew you was gone for like an hour and 30
Mhm.
minutes and nobody came looking for you? Whew, baby, parenting ain't the same no
No, not at
more.
all. Because if our parents went to go look for us back then, there was a problem.
Listen, and that ain't the first time she had to come look for me. Like, she, she done had to come look for me before, me fooling around with
Uh-huh.
Shara, telling her mama we was going to the movies because she wanted to go with some
Being
boy,
fast
but
out
she knew
there.
she couldn't be by
Mhm.
herself. Girl, my mama was expecting us to be home at 9. We didn't get into like 9
Yeah.
something. That lady punched me in the back of the head so many times, it wasn't even funny, honey. Y'all don't beat these kids enough, too. I don't
Listen.
care what y'all say. That's why they
Let's
ain't
not scared
scared.
at all. Uh-uh.
That's why they ain't scared. That's why they jump in the car with people like that and gallivant all over
Okay,
the
going to
country.
islands and things and giving massages and stuff. Uh-uh.
Oh, child, we would have been, oh my
Listen.
Lord.
I wouldn't have made it
Mm,
halfway
mm,
within
mm.
that 45-minute drive to where my mother or grandmother or grandfather would have been like, "Oh, hold on.
And we didn't have no cell
Listen,
phones.
there wasn't
You
no
think
Find My or
she could
whatever.
sniff you out like a damn
Okay?
hound dog? Don't worry, I don't need
Listen,
no
didn't need
phone.
no Life 360, none of that shit. I'm gonna find, like you said, like a damn hound dog would have been on it.
Will sniff you out like a hound dog. Y'all be playing with
That
y'all
part.
parents. These parents be too damn
Listen.
free. And you know why it's really
Hmm.
astonishing to me? Because the world has got
Yeah.
worse. Like, we are more aware of
Yes.
pedophiles than we were
Yeah.
before. Like, when we were growing up, we were not really aware of
Hmm.
that. It was like something, and if it was, we didn't have a name
Yeah.
to it, and we knew that it would be like an in family thing. Like, now you get them kids away from him because you know him kids ain't safe around
Hmm.
him. But we didn't. It wasn't like documentaries and movies and
Stuff right there in your
information
face.
and yes, like now so much information is flooding out
Hmm.
there, and it's like the more information you all have, the less
Yeah.
safe you are. Like you just take your safety for
Hmm.
granted. Like, and I know I watched the thing and a lot of the girls were saying like they didn't have good home
Right.
relationships. Um they were one of the girls. Now her I understood. She was the one who was bringing more girls and was getting
Yeah.
more money,
I
but
remember
she was
that.
homeless. She had been homeless for like 2
So girlfriend out here
years.
hustling.
And we're talking about homeless at 14 or
Right.
15. So she was in survival
Hmm.
mode. That was a completely different situation. But girls who have parents, who have families, and it is the conversation they were having with their friends. You want to, I know this old guy, you can massage him and you get $200. You're like, sure, I'll
Okay.
go. Huh? Just
Yeah.
like that.
Just for a massage?
Girl.
Shit. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm making this money. Shit.
And see, and there
Hmm.
we go. It's
Yep.
the culture that we have presented with
Hmm.
girls. They're gonna get that money. That little they ain't gonna
Right.
hurt you. Oh God, I just hope we
I
correct
hope
that as
so
a
too.
people.
And I
I
hope
really
some of
do.
these.
Because it's gonna be a lot more
Oh yeah, and
Epsteins.
the sad thing is, this is being, but there's no consequences right now. Yeah, your name may be out there, but you're a rich white man. You don't give a shit. Until they
Hmm.
actually have to face some consequences. And they're all living vicariously through Trump. He's going through all this stuff. He hasn't suffered it, faced any consequences yet. He's still out here doing he's the fucking president of the United
Hmm.
States. I hate to say.
He's a
Yeah,
puppet though.
totally.
To see those messages between Epstein
Oh,
and
they were going
Bannon,
in on his ass.
I mean,
He's
he's
just the
like,
voice because they know,
yeah, he's just the puppet that they put in place because he was probably the most easiest that they could
yeah, they can
manipulate.
manipulate him with money and fame. That's all he's about. That's all he's
Yeah,
about.
he just wanted to be
Mm-hmm.
famous. He doesn't have any control. I don't even really think he has any
No.
power. Not amongst that
No. I mean,
group.
they said at his last presidency that, like he didn't really, like, he was just the voice. He was just the one out there. He was just the face, I should say. It was other people.
Yeah, he doesn't have because they're calling. They know how dumb he
Mm-hmm.
is. Trust me, y'all. If you get to going combing through those emails and looking at that stuff, they know he's just as stupid as we think
Exactly.
he is. They don't think he's smart. They don't. He's not some
Nope.
grand wizard. He's
Nope.
nothing to them
That's
but a
it.
pawn that they used to get the freedoms that they
Mm-hmm.
wanted.
Yep. That's why basically, like, he's just the face. It's like, you just tell him what you want. He'll try. You give him this or that, whatever. He'll put it out there and try and get it done. That's it.
And I think honestly now I saw those photos. I didn't know if they were
Mm-hmm.
real. I didn't know if they were
Mm-hmm.
fake. And now it makes me feel like, are is Jeffrey Epstein dead?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I
A
believe
lot
it
of people
anymore.
didn't believe it. Like, I remember, girl. I remember when he first allegedly died. And there were, like, I would be at the gas pump and I would see, and this was different gas stations. People would put stickers on there saying Jeffrey Epstein is alive, stuff like that. And that was back then when he passed away. What was that, 2018, something like that?
Uh-huh.
And girl, and so then after seeing all this stuff, I'm just like, I don't put it past him to still be alive somewhere.
I don't I don't know if I believe he's dead
Right.
now. And I'm not really like a big conspiracy
Yeah,
theorist. I'd be so tired when people be
I
talking about stuff
know.
like that. But this just to hear again the way that they spoke about him and to know that they wanted him in power so they could use it for their
Mm-hmm.
benefit, it just seems like there's something
Oh
else
yeah,
going
and the
on.
thing is, if you got money, you can do pretty much any damn thing you want to, and we've seen it. It's been proven. So it's just like, I don't put
Mhm.
anything past anyone at all, any of them,
Yeah.
because they're thirsty. They want, they still want that power regardless, and they if as long as they constantly keep getting away with it, it's just going to get worse. And they're still getting away with it, regardless if these files are
Mhm.
out there or not, regardless if whose name hasn't been redacted and is out there. They're still getting away
Mhm.
with it. They're still out here free, doing whatever, still making money. It's just
Mhm.
until there's actually some actual consequences to where they are put in jail, put under the jail, nothing's going to change.
I mean, I think it's just the thing like we said about Puffy, like we said about
Mhm.
Cosby, like we said about R. Kelly. It's the
Yeah.
same stuff. Listen, when I was attending Liberty University, our president was caught in the exact same scandal that
Mhm.
Puffy was in.
Yep.
Exactly. To a
Mhm.
T. Him and his wife was getting a male prostitute, and his wife was sleeping with the prostitute, and he was sitting in the
Yep.
corner watching. To a
Same
T.
exact
Do you hear
thing.
me? To
Yep.
a T. Exact same thing. And Jerry Falwell just
That's it.
lost
He
his
just had to
job.
step down. That was it.
He just had to
Mhm.
step down. And that's why I'm like, there are clear pictures where justice is different for black people
Yeah,
than it is
and
for
and
white
that's what
people.
really bothers me is when you see these rich black celebrities doing these things that they see their white counterparts doing. You
You
can't do
can't do it,
it.
baby.
You'll be the one to suffer the consequences. Look,
You
right. And
cannot
they just
do
think
it.
because they got money and power that, and popularity and fame, well, I can't really say they got power. They do to an extent, but you find out you don't.
Go back to the days when you get a
Mm.
mistress. Just get you a
Mm.
side hoe.
Yep.
Just one or two. I mean, however many you want to have, but each one, don't start involving no drugs in
Mm-hmm.
it. Don't start beating on the
Mm-hmm.
girl. Because you can't do what you
Thank
see them
you.
do. You gotta just go back to the old school
Yep.
ways. Get you a couple of women on your team that's cool with you having a couple women on your
Mm-hmm.
team. And just let
Let it
that
be
be the
the
end of
end.
it.
Just do, just do your thing. Do your thing in silence. Don't be inviting so and so and this person and that person. I mean, y'all had, a literal party going on. You were telling everybody and
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and people can't keep their mouth shut. So, but that's
They
the
can't.
arrogance. It's just like, oh, I'm getting away with it. Let me bring.
That money
Mm-hmm.
bring arrogance.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't think anything's
I
gonna
don't
come of
either.
it.
I don't
I
either. No.
think they released them, you know, mm, half
Mm-hmm.
redacted. It's nothing is gonna
Right.
come of it. They're not gonna prosecute
No.
anybody, you
No.
know. It is gonna take a new president to do
Yeah.
that. It's gonna take a new Department of Justice. Like we would have to wait until he's out
Mm-hmm.
of
For something to
office,
get done.
until everything is purged. Like they would take a new president to probably show some
Oh
unredacted
yeah.
files. Like it's gonna take a new leadership to
Yep.
get it done. You think Kamala Harris gonna run for president
I don't
again?
think so. I think I
Yeah,
truly think it's going to be Gavin
please, Lord,
because
maybe
yeah, we're because I
Gavin.
don't give a shit. Even though everything pretty much as she said has come
Oh,
true,
maybe Gavin.
everything that they know that she was more qualified and everything like that. It doesn't matter just because we had a black man president doesn't mean that we're ready for a black woman president. It still doesn't mean that. So even though she's the most, I mean, we weren't even ready for a white woman. Hillary Clinton was the most qualified, probably in recent history, to be president. More qualified,
Against
and then
everybody. She has been more qualified than the last four
that
presidents
part.
that we've had.
Even her own husband,
Even her own husband.
he even said it.
Even her own
Who was a two-term
husband.
president?
Do y'all understand? I I don't know what y'all's beef is with Hillary. I'm not
I
sure,
mean,
y'all call her cold. I don't
so
know. You gotta have some level of heartlessness
that
to be in
part right
politics,
there.
because you gotta make some hard
Yes, you got to
decisions
detach
that
yourself.
everybody is not
Yeah,
prepared to make.
yeah. So if we weren't ready for a white
So
woman who was probably the most qualified ever, then we're not ready
yeah.
for a black woman. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And this just proved that y'all put this fool back in the White House because he was running against.
And now
Yeah,
y'all
now y'all,
sad.
I
Everybody
didn't vote for
crying every other
this. Yes, you
day.
did. Quit saying that shit.
What? No, you just voted for the
That part.
racist part, right? You didn't vote for the stuff he doing to
Exactly.
you. You just wanted him to come down on the
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans and the blacks. That's what you want. And the
Yeah.
gays. Don't leave
Yeah.
gays out. You wanted him to be on the gays, the Mexicans, and the
That's it.
blacks neck. But you didn't want him to take your
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
And I always say it's not until it happens to you. Then it's a problem. Get out of here.
Oh, so tired of them. So tired of
Tired.
them. But
But hey, is what it is.
choose
That's
ye
it.
day. Choose this day who
I
you gonna
mean,
serve. And y'all picked y'all's
hmm
master.
and look at y'all. Even the ones that support them, still to this day, got their questions and are, trying. They're trying now because they really know that he can't run again, even though they're trying to make it seem like they're going to be, make it so he can, and trying to play along with him and everything and his preschool thinking and all that stuff, you know.
Oh, you see, your Speaker of the House denied Jesse Jackson the opportunity to
Let's
lay at
go
the
there real
Capitol.
quick. So I wasn't going to say nothing. We were talking about Jesse. I actually had it written down.
Mm-hmm.
But first, they made this big deal about racist ass Charlie Kirk, who has done nothing, They
Mm-hmm.
wanted the flags to fly at half staff, and I don't, I know he didn't lay at the Capitol, but they would have probably allowed it. They probably were like, okay, maybe that's too far. They wanted,
Right.
everybody's like, well, Jesse Jackson deserves, for the flags to be flown at half staff.
Mm-hmm.
No, he needs to lay at the Capitol. No, I mean that just lets you know right there what it is. I mean, and I was going to talk about this last episode we did, but and I still didn't write down his name. I'm sorry, but the governor of Maryland, who is of course
West, is
Westmore,
that
Westmore,
Westmore?
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He was disinvited to the annual governor's dinner, and
Yes.
not because he's a Democrat. He's the only black
Mm-hmm.
sitting governor
He is the only black sitting governor in the United States of
and the only
America,
one not
and
invited.
and he was the only one
Mhm.
uninvited. When that happened, um, it kind of put a lump in my
Mhm.
throat because it was like,
It's so
damn,
obvious.
like we right here, we
Yeah.
right here. We are right on the cusp of
Mhm.
1960. We right at the door of
And
65.
you still got
Like we
and you
right
still
here.
got black people riding for his
Ugh,
ass.
that shit is
I can't. I mean, it's
scary.
just like it's
That shit is scary. When he
terrifying.
did that, because it is a blatant
Oh
racist
yeah.
act. It is not anything other than
Mhm.
racism. And it was like, I'm telling you, the first thing I thought was like, damn, we right. We in 1960 all
Mhm.
over again, y'all. And y'all bet you niggas don't even know
Yep.
it. Do y'all even realize what just happened? They gonna start denying entry. And this is why we need to get things around us that are
Right.
black. You need to patronize things that are
Mhm.
black. You need to go to black places. If you need to invent you some black social
Right.
clubs where your people just is the only ones that come and
Mhm.
drink. Like, I'm telling you.
And there are I'll say this for, Columbus, and I'm sure there are in Dayton too. There are plenty. But
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
y'all just don't want to venture out into that. So,
No. A lot of people are scared of
mhm.
entrepreneurship too. A lot of people are scared to take the
Mhm.
step.
Or even just
You
support.
know, we have let them paint black business as such a negative
Mhm.
thing in our minds. And listen, I know that black people may not do the best business, but neither
Thank
do white
you.
people.
Thank you.
It is not just something that is only selective to black
Mhm.
people being poor in business. White people don't handle good business
No, not
either,
at all.
y'all.
And especially when it comes to us, let's keep it real.
And they've had a jump on us, if we're
Mm.
being honest. They have been, taught, they have been schooled. Their parents have handed businesses down to
Mhm.
them. They have been able to have apprenticeships and sit under people. So they know full on well how to be good stewards over a
Exactly.
business. A lot of black people have no
Mhm.
clue. They have a God-given vision, but they don't know the managerial
Right.
part. But that's because nobody's ever sat down and given them the opportunity. My prayer for 2026 is that we all start to handle each other with a lot more
Mhm.
grace.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
We are too hard on each
Mhm.
other. We are way too hard on one another. It's like we believe that people don't make
Yeah.
mistakes. Like mistakes happen. People are going through life having a hard time, emotionally barely getting by. It's a lot of stuff going on with people, and they just don't know how to always
Mhm.
function in the midst of it. Cut people some
Yeah.
slack. I always tell this story. I ordered a planner from a woman, paid for my planner, and never
Mm.
got it. Never said one word to the
Mhm.
lady about it. Still follow the lady to this day. Still hit like on anything she shared because I like
Mhm.
her. And she was going through a tough time during
Right.
that time. But I saw the need to invest in whatever it was she was
Mhm.
doing. Sometimes y'all gotta just be willing to support. We put our tithes in church
Right.
blindly. Sometimes invest your money into people blindly. and not complain all the
Mhm.
time when some shit don't go your way. I watch these bitches sit on the internet all day long giving me a hard ass time about, oh, this didn't happen. I didn't hear from this. I didn't hear about y'all from that. Girl, shut the fuck up and
Right.
chill. That your purse coming.
Mhm.
Relax. But do y'all do that same shit when Gucci take a long time to give you your
No.
order? You don't do that shit to
Mm-mm.
them. We are too hard on each
Mhm.
other. And I really pray that y'all
Yeah.
stop that. Because what is my saying? Give the grace that you want to be
Mhm.
given.
And people don't do that.
I've been telling y'all that for about 5, 6, 7 years. Give the grace that you want to be given. You forget that you gonna need the grace one day. So go ahead and give some
Mhm.
out. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. As always, you can reach us at girl underscore you know what, at Instagram at Wellness and Women, and at Danny B Speaks. Until next week. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.